So like I said, I've only gone to NB2 this one time. It was once. I was just not ready. Like, I was already very hesitant to go there because I've heard the stories. I've seen these YouTube videos and I know what goes down at NB2. And then suddenly things took a sharp turn south where he just grabbed my hand and put it right on his peen. What's up, idols? It's CC Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel. So the last time I sat down and talked with you guys, both recent times have actually been about creepy people in Korea. On the dedicated Creeps in Korea video, I mentioned if that video got to like 1,500 likes, then he'd be here for part 2, and I promised this time would be only exclusively about clubbing in Korea. So in this video, I am going to be talking about the Olympics, clubbing during the Olympics in Korea, something that happened. The one time I went to NB2 and it was awful. And that time a guy literally put my hand on his peen. Yeah, let's just say peen. So if you're interested in that, that's what this video is going to be about. So I figured this video would be like a get ready with me clubbing in Korea creeps part 2. So here we go. So first, about this hair. This is probably the first one I've had that has some color in it. You can see there's highlights. I actually got this from Klaiyi. I'm honestly not sure how it's pronounced, but I'll spell it Klaiyi. I'll put it on the screen here somewhere because I'm not really sure how it's pronounced. But the reason I like this one is because when I saw the picture, it's actually really like curly and wavy, like these deep baboon curls. So I got it in like 24 inches because I want it to be longer curls. But when I was adding the color to it and washing it out, I realized how soft the hair felt. So I was like, oh, I actually want to straighten this. It didn't have like that stale, stiff feeling to it. Like, it's really, really soft. And I like that it already had blonde in it. So I didn't have to worry about it getting like damaged or dried from me bleaching it myself. So yeah, this is the hair that I'm wearing. And I think the ends are a bit more colored, which I'm always, if you guys have seen my earlier videos, whenever I do put color in my hair, it's mostly at the ends. That's just kind of how I like it. Probably save the hair for a little bit later and start on this face. First, I'm gonna put in my contacts. Bam! So anyway, back in 2018, you guys know the Winter Olympics were in Korea. One of my friends who lived in Gangneung was like, hey, friends, I use that term a little loosely because what she did was kind of messed up. Yeah, she invited me to stay with her so I can like partake in the Olympic festivities. The thing that was wild is suddenly there were so many foreigners on Tinder. Like, people were like, here getting the gold for Sweden, or trying to meet people from the Netherlands. I'm like, y'all need to be focused on the medal and y'all here swiping on Tinder. I was around like exclusively Asian people and, you know, the occasional foreigner. But suddenly seeing so many people from like Belgium and the Netherlands and the UK and France and Brazil, it was just really weird seeing people from all over all of a sudden. So my friend invited me to stay with her, and there's this club that because I had visited her like twice before, but I'd never gone clubbing in Gangneung. And she's like, there's this place, it's like right across the street from me, it's really dope. And I'm like, cool. And I actually showed you guys a little part of this because I was like people watching over the balcony and someone brought their dog to the club. So yeah, like I said, I was just people watching, just minding my business like I always do. I'm always just minding my business. Oh, I'm looking over the balcony and I suddenly feel the hardest handprint on my butt. Like, it stung out, like it hurt. And I just turned around looking at my friend and she's laughing, so I thought it was her. And then some guy was kind of like waving his hand like, ow, like, and I'm just like, no, you didn't. And he was like, well, I asked your friend. I'm like, you asked my friend if you could slap my ass. Like, how does that work for you?
That is not correct.
And she thought it was so funny, but it ruined my night. I didn't even want to be there anymore. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. If I'm in the club and somebody asks me for permission to assault or touch or whatever my friend, I'ma literally laugh at them and snitch. Oh, you want to know if, I'm gonna say this loud enough so my friend can hear. I'm like, you want to know if I give you permission to like slap her butt or to give you her number? Her? I'm snitching. Like, I had never heard of such a thing. You asked my friend for permission to touch my butt and to slap it really hard. Mind you, the fact that he was shaking his hand, it hurt him too. So like what did you expect for me after that to be like,
that was a good one, what's your number?
So like, she did apologize to me, but only when she realized like how pissed off I was. I'm like, I don't know on what planet you thought that would be okay, but it's not here, not on earth. So anyway, I'm gonna slide on into the NB2 story, because I'm sure that's probably what a lot of people are more interested in. Whenever you watch like the creepy or the most bold or most out there Storytime clubbing videos from Korea, 9 times out of 10 it went down at NB2. So I'm gonna try and set the scene. This was also in February of 2018, and I met up with one of the newer teachers in the talk program, and she wanted to go clubbing at NB2. Mind you, I've been in Korea for like a year now, and I had avoided that place for a reason, but she wanted to go. It was me, her, one of her gay friends, and another guy. So in my mind, going clubbing with guys is already safer anyway, because no guy really hits on a girl who is there with other guys.
That's penis repellent right there.
Other guys are like creep repellent. So I was like, if there ever was a time to go, it would be now, because normally when I go clubbing, it's just me and my other girlfriends. So I guess I was just kind of like, all right, if there ever was a time to go, it's now. I got brushes, but still, I'm gonna just use my fingers. Do not judge me. So we went to NB2, and I think the admission, it was like 20,000 won, which I'm not used to paying more than like 10 for the club if I ever pay even, because I'm used to going when it's free or girls are free. So I was just like, I gotta pay for this too? Well, actually, for those of you who don't know, NB2 is a YG owned club in Hongdae, and there's NB2 and then NB1, and they're like right across the street from each other. So I was actually kind of excited because I did want to hear like some Big Bang, because a lot of the clubs play Western music. You'll hear like Post Malone and Jay-Z, Drake, J. Cole. You don't really hear too much like Korean music except for like J Park or Shik K or other like Korean rappers. So like I said, I've only gone to NB2 this one time. It was once. I was just not ready. Like I was already very hesitant to go there because I've heard the stories. I've seen these YouTube videos and I know what goes down at NB2. But that's partially why my friend was excited. She wanted to go. I was just like, by the way, this is a different friend, not the same friend who let a dude hit me on the butt. So we walked in. It is packed. I'm talking cans and a sardine.
Cans and a sardine.
Pause. Did my dumbass just say cans and a sardine instead of sardines in a can? I'm sorry, y'all, I'm dumb. How was I able to teach English? Packed, like everybody is shoulder to shoulder. I'm like, this is not gonna be fun. Oh my god. As soon as we walked in, we saw a bunch of people making out. There were just guys and girls just thirsting over each other everywhere. It was a very flirty atmosphere, and I was very uncomfortable. I literally never in my life just felt hands just all over me. Like as soon as I walked in, somebody like brushed my hair back and tried to like whisper in my ear, but they were kind of yelling because it was loud in there. Hands like massaging my shoulder or just like rubbing across. It was very uncomfortable. And I'm already really glad, because when I go clubbing, I don't wear skirts or dresses just because I can't really dance in that. So I usually wear pants or shorts or something, so I didn't have to worry about nobody grabbing real private stuff. Like I remember even feeling hands on my thighs, and I'm like, who was even down there? You could not see anything. It was really dark, it was really crowded, especially downstairs. Like when you first come in, there's like a bar area, there's like loungy looking area, and then you go to the dance floor and you can look over the balcony, you see all the flashing lights, and you see everybody not even able to move, just kind of like, just because it's too crowded. Like, have you ever seen that movie Gonjiam? It's like one of my favorite horror movies, and it happens to be Korean. And there's this one scene with these hands that just come out of nowhere, and that's exactly what it felt like. So with all this going on, needless to say, it did not take very long for us to just right out of there. She was curious about NB2, and I think we got our answers real quick. So we're thinking we're in the clear, we're about to head out. I'm like, yay. And then she realizes she forgot her wallet. So we end up having to backtrack and go back into the mess, navigate the sea of thirst, and try to find her wallet. So we're just like in a straight line, holding hands, just looking down, trying to not separate, not trying to be pulled away from each other. And it was like me and her were in the middle of the line, and the two guys were on the ends of the line because we feel like that was probably safer. And then one of her guy friends was like, who is that? Like some dude just joined the line holding his hand too, just following us. So there was 4 of us in the line, and then suddenly there was a 5th. He was saying stuff, couldn't hear, it was all in Korean, and it was really loud. Not sure what he was saying, but he was trying to talk to my friend about something. And luckily, because you know it's Korea, we actually did find her wallet. Like if this was in the States, that probably would have been stolen. Somebody actually turned in her wallet, and we were able to recover it at the bar. So yeah, we only lasted for like 40 minutes. at NB2. After all the groping and just people just trying to whisper in your ears and just trying to like kiss you on the cheek. So we actually decided to go to NB1 instead, which was way better. It's funny because it's right across the street, but when you pay for NB2, you get free admission to NB1 and vice versa. But NB1, there was space. I finally got to hear my Big Bang music, and it was actually a really chill night after that. So next, I think I will relive the time where, oh God. So this is actually February 2019. I had just gone paragliding. Guys, this is really high, but I'm so ready. Look at this! Look at this view! So for those of you who don't know, paragliding is like basically when you jump from a great height, like a cliff or a mountain, with a parachute, and you just tell Jesus to take the wheel. It's funny, why do I always go clubbing like right after doing something? Like the time I missed out on meeting Dean because we had zip lined during the day, then went clubbing and I was just too tired and my throat hurt. This time I went paragliding and then went clubbing out on the weekend. Listen, when you're a teacher in Korea, you gotta pack everything you can in on the weekends because there's really not a lot of free time to do stuff. It's probably like 3 in the morning at Gabbia. That was Sumni's club, and this was actually a few weeks before the Burning Sun thing came out. So it was still a very lit, popping club and no one thought anything of it. And it was February, so it was pretty cold and I'm pretty sure I got sick. So I was wearing my mask, and it's actually the same mask, the black one, that I wear these days just because the memories of buying it in Korea, I still wear it. Which is why it's really frustrating when I hear Karens and people say that it's bad for your health and it's all a hoax and all this. Wear your mask, Karen. I'm so annoyed with Americans, and that's coming from an American. If you're one of the people that's smart enough to wear your mask in public when you go out, comment wear your mask, Karen, in the comments so I can know that you guys are smart. Anyway, back to the dick bang in Gabbia. So like I said, it was like 3 a.m. in Gabbia and I was wearing my mask because I was pretty sure I was getting a little like tingle in my throat. I was feeling kind of sick. But it also does a really good job of protecting me from inhaling cigarette smoke and smelling cigarette smoke so directly. So we're like leaning on this one table. It's like 3 a.m. I got my mask on. I'm just kind of like here, but barely.
I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing.
Because I was really tired. And out of nowhere, some guy comes over to me. He's like, "You're really pretty." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you. What's your name?" And he didn't answer me. So I was like, maybe that's the only English he knows. I don't know. He just wanted to dance. So we're facing each other, and I got my mask on, so I don't gotta worry about him trying to like surprise attack me and kiss me or anything. So yeah, he's got my hands up like this, like he's holding my wrist, and we're kind of just doing this like a playful sort of dance. So I didn't really feel too alarmed or anything like that. We were dancing like this for a little bit, and then suddenly he takes one of my hands and like puts it on his chest, I guess to like feel the lumps in his muscles. So I was like, okay, gym guy. Then he just takes, like he's still holding up one, but then he takes the other one and kind of like trails it across his abs. And not gonna lie, I felt more lumps. So it was nice. I was like, all right, but chill, I don't really want to fill you up like this. It's starting to get a little weird. And then suddenly things took a sharp turn south where he just grabbed my hand and put it right on his peen. Now this was like the smallest lump I felt so far. And I was alarmed because for some reason it was hard. And I'm like, that's not really something I would brag about. Look, I'm not trying to be all descriptive, but y'all know what I mean. Being hard and that petite is not really anything to brag about. So like suddenly I'm freaking out and my friend's like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "He just put my hand on his dick, oh my god." And they were like, "What?" Like they formed this mob and just like chased him away and like threatened to call the cops and all this stuff. And I felt very, very protected by my friends. These are the real friends, not the one who gave a due permission to slap me on the ass. I think it's very telling that 2 out of 3 of these stories occurred in Hongdae. I mean, for those of you who don't know, Hongdae is actually like a university area. It's Hongik Daehakyo, and it's called, well, Daehakyo is university. So Hongik is the name of the school and Daehakyo is the university, so it gets shortened to Hongdae. Fun fact. Not saying that like Hongdae is full of pervs or anything, but just be careful when you go there because a lot of people are young and just trying to act on suppressed emotions and feelings. I don't know. So yeah, I don't want this video to be too long, but that's pretty much sums up. That's 3 more stories for you. So yeah, that was just another story time for you guys. 3 more creeps that I've encountered while clubbing in Korea. That was hard to say. Sadly, I have a lot. I don't want to blast them all in one video. If y'all want this to be a series, let me know with the likes. Keep it coming. If this one gets to let's do 1500 again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If we get to 1500 likes on this video, I will do another Creeps in Korea story time for you guys. So this is my final look, by the way. I just did my lips mostly, and I just pretty much like to shimmer and highlight my eyes. Highlighting is my favorite. I do it on the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, under my eyebrows, corner of my eyes, under my eyes, sometimes on my chin a little bit, along with some playful highlights. And this very soft and fluffy hair, like, oh my god. Actually, let me turn the fan on so y'all can see what it looks like blowing in the wind. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you did, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Annyeong.